You let a white man talk about black women in your presence and you are shining your teeth.
At the end of the day, men with podcasts are going to act exactly like men with podcasts.
That's right, podcast men will be podcast men, and FUHAD and James are on the backlash. They are on the fire for coming to laugh comically when one white man, came and, threw a shade to black American women, and FUHAD and James could not say anything but laugh their ass out. And, black American women are not finding this funny one bit, and they are speaking out. Now, I am here with the video that actually brought the drama. Let's go watch, and I'll be back.
You guys don't know about the black girlfriend effect. She just
wait. What is the black girlfriend effect? This
you don't know about this?
Glow up the other culture.
Yeah, so you'll see a guy who's had a black girlfriend. All of a sudden, he's got buzz cut, clean shape up.
I like that.
They shave their hair because they start losing it. Because they're so stressed being around this black girl complaining about shit all the fucking time. That's why they gotta shave their hair.
Nah, bro. White guys with black girlfriends, they
grow a beard because there's more cushion when they get slapped the fuck out of. That's hilarious. I think the black girlfriend effect. It might be a protective instinct, bro.
You think?
Protective. Yeah. Do you guys have you ever had black girlfriends?
Yeah.
Have you ever had white girls?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. What's your favorite?
We love them all.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
We love them all.
Yeah.
That means white.
Yo, who gets
that means white. Hey, let me get a UL translation. Kendrick fans,
We love them all.
That's royal language.
Right, guys, you saw that clip right there, and that is why they are getting chewed and spitted out by black American women. Now, a couple of people have come outside to give their thoughts on this. There are different conversations here and there concerning this video that is causing a controversy, that they can't even defend black American women. They just sat down there and laughed their hearts out while a white man mocked black American women. Now, feel free to leave your own thoughts in the comment section. Do you think this clip was funny, or do you think it was nothing serious? Is there any reason why these black American women should actually get angry? Let me know your thoughts while we listen to what other people think, and I will be back with my thoughts.
You men on social media don't seem to get it, so let me put it in perspective for you. Yeah? Offend black women online, hand over your career card today. If you want to get cancelled to the fullest effect, go and offend black women online. It's like you man don't learn and you man don't listen. Don't you know that black women run this social media thing? Say something to offend them. A tweet 20 years ago, something on your mom's Facebook. They don't care. They will find it. They will drag you. They'll make think pieces, memes. They will insult you in ways that are so creative and end your whole career in the limelight, bro. Big man thing, they are Ofcom of this social media thing. They run this. So please be polite online. Because if they catch you and find you,
At the end of the day, men with podcasts are going to act exactly like men with podcasts. And I'm so sorry. I don't want to seem like one of those people that look back and are like, oh, I always knew something was off about them with the gift of hindsight. But I can definitely say I've never trusted a man with a podcast. However, I have seen some shits and gigs videos, never the full one, okay? And that may be where my disconnect is. But I have seen some like the short clips, okay? And I don't think they ever gave like pro-black women or even pro-women in general. I just think the standards of men on podcasts is so low that anything like contrary to like fresh and fit is seen as like, wow, you're one of the good ones. So it makes sense why a lot of women, especially black women, would like see their podcast as a safe space in comparison to everything else that's out there. But I don't think anything that they've ever said or done is deserving of like the moral pedestal that they've been put on. Like they just read other people's tweets and stories and laugh, which is fine. Like I was laughing too sometimes, but they don't deserve these they're not even like worthy of these high expectations that people are placing on them. They never gave any indication that they are worthy of upholding these expectations. And I just think that shows how dire the male podcasting world is, that you can gain an audience full of women that place you on this moral pedestal just because you don't talk shit about women. Like that is the baseline for being a good male podcast. Just don't talk shit about women. And they couldn't even do that. That being said, this news about shits and gigs, it didn't really move me. I can't lie. But it made me think, what would I be moved by? Like who's saying this? Would I be like, like jaw open by? And guys, the only answer that I could come across was Dr. Umar. Like if Dr. Umar said something disrespectful towards black women, then I'd be a little bit moved, like a little bit disappointed, because he positions himself as someone that is pro-black women. But guys, shits and gigs.
Honestly, when it comes down to it, I just think that James and FUHAD don't like or rate black women. That's just the bottom line of it. Because we can do these think pieces, we can evaluate their body language, this and this, but I just don't think they like black women. I used to watch them back in the day when they were like 30, 40k subs deep on YouTube, but because they were actually funny guys, but I don't know, I just kind of fell off them because they just grew unlikable to me. But yeah, they just don't like black women, and that's all it is. That's why they can comfortably sit in a room. I mean, they did say they were uncomfortable. I don't really know what the whole situation is, but I just always got the vibe that they don't really like or rate us. So that's just that.
I don't know why you guys thought James and FUHAD's podcast was like any different from all these other regular podcast bros. This is how I know most of you only started liking them based off the 60-second clip you see on TikTok. If you actually listen to their podcast, the whole thing, you know that there's no difference. They are all the same. All podcast bros are the same. That's where this outrage is coming from, because most people feel disappointed.
FUHAD and James' career ended the moment they agreed to go on Andrew Schultz, or whatever his name is, podcast. You should have known better. These two should have known better. That I'm someone that don't even watch Andrew Schultz like that, but I know this guy always talk about, you know, the stereotypes of black people, and he always tried to pivot his conversation around that. So they should have been smarter than that to not even go on this man's podcast, because this man's known to say these type of crazy stuff. He's always saying the most stereotypical things about black community, and he profits off it. And James and FUHAD should have been better. James and FUHAD should have known better. Their management should have known better. Their teams should have known better to not even go on that podcast. They should have done better at controlling that conversation and telling them, listen, nah, let's not do this. But obviously, are we really surprised?
The question, because everyone's up in arms about this shits and gigs James and FUHAD like video that's gone viral about them laughing at the expense of black women, them going to Atlanta and saying apparently there was no like sexy women in Atlanta, etc. But I don't know why we're up in arms about this whole thing, because when have James and FUHAD ever given off that they like black women? When have they ever given off that they have liked black women? I don't know why we're so shocked, because when you watch their videos, they don't even really give off that they like women, let alone black women. So why are we so shocked? Is it because you lot fell for whatever you were falling for? Like, don't get me wrong, they're funny guys, but I've never once ever thought that these people are pro-black. These people love black girls. These people love black women. Like, they have never, ever given that. Not in one single podcast. So the fact that we're shocked that they went to Atlanta and didn't see any bad bitches, not a shocker. It's because Atlanta's filled with black people. Like, James was telling us the story about how he used to get bullied by black girls, and I'm not saying that he should have been bullied by black girls, but that set the tone for the rest of it, because I knew from then on these lot don't like black girls, and most of the time black girls know when a ninja does not like black girls. Like, we know it's been happening our whole lives. Like, so I don't know why we're up in arms. Like, these, I'm even sure they don't even like women, meaning they're gay. But I could be wrong, because I call everyone gay. But hey, let's not act and pretend here like they've done something so controversial. Like, they haven't been setting the tone for them not liking black girls from the get-go. Like, I don't even, like, let's be real, let's be guided. You lot wanted them to like black girls, and they don't, and that's it. It's okay. Like, another two ninjas added to our list that don't like us. Like, whoop-de-doop-de-doo, guys. It's the story of our lives at this point. It's the story of our fucking lives.
I used to watch, James and FUHAD's content, and I never expected them to trend, how they're currently trending, for pretty much a very interesting reason. If you've not seen it, it's a segment of them having other two men in their podcast, where obviously they created a safe space where these two other men who happen to not be black were speaking down and perpetuating stereotypes towards black women, saying that they're aggressive, they're temperamented, they might slap you, and so many things that again is associated, you know, with again a stereotypes that you would think that a podcast that has two, you know, men of color would actually use that situation to correct these two men that was making these claims. But no, they participated and enabled and continued this conversation and allowing those two men to get away with what they said, because again, they never cared. Which I'm so confused, because these are the same men that will say that they love black women, they respect black women, but then will allow other people to speak down towards black women and not say anything about it. It's just very disappointing, but I'm not surprised.
In my opinion, being a colorist is worse than being a racist, because you're hating on your own people that look like you. If a white person comes and is racist towards me, that's their problem. They don't look like me. I don't expect support from them. But someone who looks exactly like me, especially the men from my complexion and men that were raised by a woman that looks like me, hating on me, that hurts me so much. And I experienced that a lot and a lot and a lot and a lot of times. And we see it every day. Every fucking day. It gets exhausting. Really, really exhausting. And I'm not saying that racism is not bad, whatever. But I don't care for white people. I really don't care if a white person is racist towards me. That's their issue. But someone who looks like me that should support me, hating on me, that's not.
So podcasters James and FUHAD are under flack right now because they went to Atlanta to be on the Poor Minds podcast, and all of a sudden when they were in there, they didn't see no baddies. They said they hadn't seen none the whole time, but they were there. James said he didn't see any, and everybody from Atlanta, black women in general, are in an uproar. And I feel like this lesson keeps coming up and we keep failing it, so I'm gonna spell it out so we get it. As a man, you voicing your opinion on what you like and don't like, what you deem bad and what you don't deem bad, is not a right that women think that you should have. And from a man's point of view, it's just not a smart decision unless you just don't care about backlash. Like, if you cool with hearing a bunch of stuff back, by all means go off. This is doubly so when you have a level of fame and a lot of dudes are the types of people who listen to your content or watch your content, right? Like, to them, to women, you have a moral responsibility to claim that everybody's beautiful and kind of push along their beauty standards, which to a degree I understand because you don't want nobody to feel ostracized. But at the same time, as a man, you should really just keep your preferences to yourself according to how the internet views it. Now, from my standpoint, I say don't say anything, just move. Meaning, like, if you like a certain type of chick, you don't have to date that type of chick you don't like. Just date the chicks you like. Have the chicks you like around you. Dwell with the girl that you like, whatever it is. That way, all they can do is make speculations like, oh, he don't like this type of chick. All right, cool, but he never came out and said that, so all it is you assuming, or you trying to put evidence together and coming up with a case, and that's a lot of work that a lot of people don't really feel like doing or care enough about. Prime example, that whole Chris Brown fiasco where he kicked all the dark-skinned girls out of his circle when he was at the club and had only light-skinned girls in there, literally implied what kind of woman he likes, but he never came out and said he only like light-skinned. All his baby mamas are light-skinned, but he ain't never come out and say he only like light-skinned girls. And guess what? Guess who's spending $1,100 to take pictures with him? Women. Stop telling all your feelings on these podcast mics and then being upset when it comes back to haunt you. And as a man in general, give good PR, political answers to these crazy questions and just move according to how you really feel. It's that simple, bro.
You let a white man talk about black women in your presence and you are shining your teeth. FUHAD and James, come to the front, please. FUHAD, especially you, FUHAD, come to the front. You guys sat in that white man's face and let him talk about black women unprovoked, and you are just there shining your teeth. You are just shining your teeth. You let a white man, let me do like Dr. Umar. You let a white man talk about black women in your presence, and you are shining your teeth. Let me come again. You let a white man come into your presence and be dragging black women, and you are just shining your 32. Just know that this platform that you built off of the backs of black women, they are going to take it from you. Straight up. First, it was that there are no bad bitches in Atlanta. First of all, we don't have bitches. We have beautiful black women in Atlanta. First, you said that one. Everybody said, you know what, there's a preference. It's okay. We know you like white women. It's okay. Then you now went to go and start shining your teeth with that white man when he was talking about... And the jokes were not even funny, bro. The jokes were not even funny. Like, I wanted to laugh. I was waiting for the joke to land. And you were just shining your teeth there. And even if you felt uncomfortable and you felt like, oh, I can't really say too much. Since he wants to be funny, be hilarious, ask him, what do you mean by that joke? Explain it. Let's comfortable. You want to make me uncomfortable? Let's all be uncomfortable. This be a lesson to my ladies. The moment you find yourself liking a man on this app, don't. They are going to do some shit against black women in 3 business days. So let this be a warning. If you see a man's content on this app, swipe.
This fight was not just of black American women, but black women in general. They bought this fight, carried it on their heads. You guys know the way some people hawk stuffs? Yes, that was how they were hawking it on their heads. And the truth is, men most times are quick to give this privileges, some privilege to white women than the black women. And we've seen this play over and over again. Now, there was a place where they were laughing and saying, oh, they chose the white women because they asked them, who do you prefer, the white women or the black women? And they were like, oh, they were all rounder, like they preferred everyone in general, like no one in particular, they're just there for anyone. But some people are saying, no, with that kind of response, they are siding with the white women. I mean, guys, you heard what people had to say. What did you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye for now.